Hey folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don, where I react to non-pop country, and I consider Americana, I consider folk, bluegrass, western, Cajun, all within the country family. What I don't do is pop country. So Jeff Cather made a gift to the channel. And Jeff was a little concerned that I might not want to do this one because I do, even when they're gift requests, which this is. So thank you for the gift and the request, Jeff. But it's happened on more than a few occasions where somebody made a gift to the channel, but it didn't fit the channel's theme. So I ask for another song. And people always oblige me because they understand and respect what I'm doing here. But this one's fun. Kacey Musgraves. It's different, as Kacey is. And the name of the song is Deeper Well. And Jeff made a gift. He said this might be more Americana. I said, I listened to just little snippets, like a couple of seconds of intermittent parts of the song, beginning, middle, end, just to make sure it stayed with reasonably within the theme of the channel. And it did. I could even put it in the Country Heart series if I want, but I think I'll leave it in the just the general population. Let's put it that way. Kacey Musgraves, Deeper Well. And I love depth. I'm a philosopher by training, by heart, by desire. I'm curious about things, so let's see what she's got.
Talk about Deeper Well for a second, because I've seen you do it. It's a really moving song.
Thank you.
But the song came quickly to you?
Yeah, this one actually we wrote up in New York City at Electric Lady. I don't know if you've been to that studio, but damn, it's got some good energy. It was Jimi Hendrix's apartment, and then, he turned it into a recording studio, and it's sort of like a time capsule. So it's in the heart of Greenwich Village, and it's just super groovy. This song sort of tumbled out of just conversation, us just like sitting around, and we were just like talking, me and my two co-writers, Ian Fitchuk and Daniel Tashian. We were just talking about life, like all these things, friendships, seasons changing, and in relationships or whatever. The line, I found a deeper well, kind of fell out, and then like we wrote the Gravity Bong line. It just like in conversation in real time, the song was like written pretty quickly.
And it seems to me like this song is about, again, a disappointment with people. That
it's partly that. It's like taking stock of what are these things that I'm like spending my time and energy on. Are these things like actually serving me, and just kind of, it's always that reach to get to a deeper place.
All right, this is a Deeper Well, Kacey Musgraves.
I love learning about the songwriting process for each song, or hearing about it.
My Saturn has returned. When I turned 27, everything started to change. Took a long time, but I learned there's two kinds of people. One is a giver, and one's always trying to take.
Oh my God. That is straight out of my book. Straight out of my book that I just wrote last year and just made available on the channel to anybody who wants it for free, because I digitized it and I said, you know what, screw it. I'm not going the publishing route. I'm just going to let people have this. And I made a personality test based on this. But I don't call them givers. I call them compassionists, because giving is part of compassion. And there are people who have much compassion. They're thoughtful, generous, and kind. But then you've got on the opposite end of the spectrum, there are 9 personality types. And on the bottom end of the spectrum are the narcissists, but I don't define it classically the way the American Medical Association does. It's similar, but just as bad are what I call takers. God, is it just... They're the 2 negative components. There are 7 positive personalities in varying degrees and 2 negatives. And one is, I call them takers. Because that's what they do. They suck anything away from people that they can, and they do not look to give. Their orientation is so effed up, it's beyond belief. All right, what are we, 8 seconds into the song, and I'm already going.
All they can take. So I'm saying goodbye to the people that I feel are real good at wasting my time. No regrets, baby. I just think that maybe you go your way and I'll go mine. It's been a real good time. But you got dark energy, something I can't unsee, and I've got to take care of myself.
Fact.
I found a deeper well.
That's funny. My deeper well keeps me hanging in with those people longer.
I used to wake and bake, roll out of bed, hit the gravity bong that I made, start the day. For a while it got me by. Everything I did seemed better when I was high. I don't know why.
You do too.
So I'm getting rid of the habits that I feel are real good at wasting my time. No regrets, baby. I just think that maybe it's natural when things lose their shine, so other things can glow.
Don't lose
I've
the
gotten
shine.
older now, I know how to take care of myself. I found a deeper well.
I think a different approach might be a better title for this song.
When I was growing up, we had what we needed, shoes on our feet, but the world was as flat as a plate. And that's okay. The things I was taught only took me so far, had to figure the rest out myself.
Yeah.
And then I found a deeper well.
Wow, such a great song. Deeper
Thank you.
well.
Yeah. You know, my take on that is that the depth of a well is to be true to who you are. Like if you are a giver, you're naturally going to be in conflict with takers. It's kind of like smokers and non-smokers. And smokers don't mind. Well, I don't even need to go off on that tangent, but if you're a giver, you're just going to be more selective about who you're going to give to, whether it's of your time, of your money, of your thought, of your heart, and so on. But if that is your nature, if you're born this way, you're going to die that way too. It's going to pain you to not be true to yourself. It's just being selective and wise about who and how much you give of yourself to. There are some people you need to cut off in your life. That's just a given. There are just some people who are bad news, or with whom you don't vibe, or believe it or not, you may not be their cup of tea, not just in a relationship, but just on planet Earth. I mean, maybe you're the bad news. Maybe you're the kryptonite to whatever it is they're trying to accomplish. Even in your good-naturedness, and I've done this where I've rubbed people either the wrong way or I've just been a little too much. Because it is aberrant to be a giver in this world. Most folks are generally concerned with their own well-being. Firstly, givers are not. They'll sacrifice for themselves, and it's for the well-being of others. And you can be out of balance in that. There's a balance to be struck. But the deeper well in this would be being able to dig deeper and still have compassion for people She did say in the song, no regrets. I don't think she said like no hard feelings, but for some reason those words did pop into my mind. So if those words were said, good. The people who are givers are really good at making excuses for others. People who are takers are real good at blaming others. It's just an opposite polarity, and they do not work, and they do suck your energy from you because you cannot understand them. Givers cannot understand takers. Takers do not and do not care to understand givers unless those givers are actively giving to them. And then because it's satisfying their need to increase whatever it is they're looking to increase, adulation, money, possessions, whatever they might be. But to remain true to who you are, that's the challenge. And first you need to know who you are. And the book that I wrote, and Jeff was the first person, Jeff Cather, who made the gift to the channel for me to do this, was the first person on the channel to request the book after I made it available, my book Through Lines. So I'm going to plug it here too, that if you guys want the book, I will send you, just email me at rockinthecountry@gmail.com. and I will email you a free digital version of the book. And there's a lot of information in it. So, yeah, Kacey's a different kind of artist, and I love it. You know, she's an artist. She's an artist's artist. She is not concerned with pomp and circumstance and all that. It's more about the lyricism and how the instrumentation can support the meat of the lyrics, because that's what she's not just about stories. She's really about, I say in many ways, the songs that I know of hers are about truth telling, and givers tend to be that way. And if she categorizes herself as a giver, we tend to be nonfiction writers. We tend to just not be able to make stuff up because our brains don't go in these ways in which we can manipulate. We just sort of live life as it comes. So I'm going to rate this one, Jeff. And the number that popped into my head was a 9.1. And I'm leaving this song in general population. There's no reason not to. So there you go. All right, guys, hit me up with that email. Jeff Cather is beating you to the punch already, though, as he usually does. So there you go. Have a great day. I'll see you in another video. Keep rocking the country and Americana.
To the people